in a swirling world. A soothing word in a swirling world. If you're not too mean, would you look at the person beside you and say, I don't know about you.
I don't know about you.
Tell them, but I need a soothing word in this swirling world. 2025 has come in driving 95 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour speed zone. Every time we've attempted to catch our breaths, we could not catch our breaths because since the beginning of the year, it's literally been one thing after another. I awakened from watch night service, and on the first day of the year, we awakened to the news that New Orleans had become under attack the night before. A deranged man drove 3 blocks flying down Bourbon Street and ran over human beings as if they were objects in the middle of the road. And it's just been swirling since then. Then we got the news of a cyber truck exploding in Las Vegas. And before we could really catch our breaths, we realized that there was a fire in Southern California that no one could contain or control. And before we could catch our breaths, the South got hit with repetitive snowstorms and ice storms. And I know up in Chicago, we kind of sneer at the South when they shut down over the threat of snow before even snow drops, but it was snowing for real, for real. It was some real black ice this year in Pensacola, Florida, snow covering New Orleans, snow down in South Georgia, even here in Atlanta. And before we could catch our breaths, around unprepared cities being hit with snow on one side of the country and fires on the other side of the country. On MLK Day, 47 became president again. Donald Trump became president again. It was almost a tale of 2 nations. You're honoring a king in Atlanta and inaugurating a clown in DC. It was just so much going on at the same time. A dream being celebrated on one side of the nation and a nightmare being unraveled on the other side of the nation. It's okay if you don't agree. This is my sermon, and when you preach your sermon, you preach it the way God tells you to preach it. But there's some foolishness going on in America right now. I guess since some of us didn't want the AKA, we voted in somebody who we've got to wonder if he's a part of the KKK. Yeah, and so he announced on his, I'm telling you, it's been swirling all. January has been a whole year in just 1 month. It's just been swirling after swirl. He gets up on inauguration morning and says, I'm here to keep Dr. King's dream alive. Are you really? And by the end of the night, he's signing executive orders for DEI initiatives to be rolled back. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You're going to keep Dr. King's dream alive and unmantle the initiatives and the policies and the legislation that our ancestors voted, marched, bled, and laid down their lives for. You're going to keep Dr. King's dream alive while snatching the ability for this world to truly be equitable and just not for some, but for all. I mean, it's a hot mess. And while they're trying to swing at black folks to hurt us, they quickly discovered that DEI impacts more than Americans. White women were benefiting too, Asian Americans and Hispanics and veterans and